Today, we're going to look at the number one mistake Facebook advertisers are making, which I'm pretty confident a lot of you are also going to be making. It will be preventing you from scaling, it could be making you lose money, and it could even potentially put you out of business one day without even understanding how it happened. So it's the number one mistake Facebook advertisers are making, but just marketers in general, with the only exception being not getting into my course. That really is a big mistake because that's where you'll learn all this stuff. So anyway, the number one mistake is basically not distinguishing between new and returning customers when you are judging your performance. So here you have a graph of ad spend in blue, new customer revenue, and return customer revenue, stuff you can get from Shopify and your ad platform. And basically what happens is we're running at a point in time here where the new customer revenue and the return customer revenue are at a level where it's close together and we're getting a ROAS, for example, what we want. And then what happens is as we scale, our ROAS starts to come down and we think it's something to do with our campaigns as we're scaling. However, that's not necessarily the case. What is happening is it's harder for you to get new customers than it is to get return customers. You have to put more work into getting new customers. You have to spend more money. I think we can all agree with that. If you ran a campaign that was directed to your customers in the last 180 days, you would be expecting that campaign to have a much higher ROAS than a campaign that was going to cold traffic, okay? I think everyone agrees with that. No matter how long you've been running Facebook ads, this is something that you would understand. However, what is happening, or yeah, that's the case. So what happens is we start at this point in time where our two revenue lines are close together and the return customer revenue is basically supporting the efforts that you're putting into getting new customer revenue, and you're arriving at an overall ROAS that you are happy with. However, as you start to scale your paid media because you want to scale, you're hitting the target you need to hit, your ROAS overall starts to go down and you're getting worse performance, generally to the point where you have to hold and wait, and then it gets better and you scale again, then you have to hold, or you may even have to pull back. Why this is happening is because that return customer revenue can't increase at the same velocity as the new customers. The new customer increase is directly proportional to your increase in ad spend, but it's going to take weeks and months for people to then repeat purchase. So that repeat purchase number is going to increase far slower than the number of new people you're bringing into your business. And it causes you to, like I said, hold your spend or even pull back the spend when actually you could be having the exact same performance in acquiring new customers. And you could just keep scaling up and you would get the benefit of that in the future. Okay, so this is a major mistake everyone makes. And that is why, let's put this here. On week 1, the revenue is close together. So we have a ROAS we want. On week 20, the ad spend's gone up, but we're not getting the support of the return revenue and our ROAS comes down. You can look at this in the actual figures here. So here's the data I've used to map out this graph. It shows you exactly what's going on. On week 1, we've got a ROAS of 3, but by the time we get to week 20, we have a ROAS of 2.75. So this is not an extreme example. I've used very proportional numbers in the calculations to map this out for you. But in real life examples, you'll see like a big spike in the graph, like a big arch in Shopify. And then what happens when people pull back, it just drops down, okay? And that's what you're going to see if you are not aware of this. So this is the number one mistake people are making. How you solve this is you start tracking your new customer acquisition and you measure that. You can see here the new customer ROAS is constant. Throughout this whole graph, we've been doing the same performance on new customer acquisition. We haven't lost performance. So we should be scaling up this whole time. That is correct. But as long as I understand that's what's happening, I am happy with that. The other problem is if you get a big spike in return customer, the opposite could happen. You could be getting worse on the front end. You could be losing more money. Your ads could be getting worse, but because your return customer base is growing, it's going to hold it flat and then compound it and increase it. So you go, okay, I'm getting better. I don't need to do new creative testing, or like as I'm scaling, if I hold my ROAS gets better. Overall, it's not. You're getting more return people organically purchasing, and it's making it look better when it's not actually, okay? So I'm going to show you other things in the future on how you'll actually track this. Exactly. But like I said, it's in my course. So if you want to get it straight away and you want to understand how to do this, if you're not doing this, then that would be your fastest route to doing that.